Welcome everyone to a really special edition of our normal Take 10 programming. So this usually happens on a Wednesday, and we normally feature a special fellow from around the country. This evening, I'm really excited to feature someone that's important to all of us, and especially to us at ICD and me as a human. Dr. Chad Gahani is our current president of the American Dental Association and a mentor to so many of us. And he is our special guest this evening. Thank you so much for being on with us, Dr. Gehani. So I'm going to tell everyone about you, although I know that there's so many of us that are watching that know and love you. Dr. Chad Gahani is an endodontist from Queens and president of the American Dental Association. Since 2014, Dr. Gehani has served as the second trustee district to the ADA Board of Trustees and was a delegate in the House of Delegates from 2000 to 2014. Dr. Gehani was previously the president of the New York State Dental Association and the Queens County Dental Society. Over the course of his career, Dr. Gehani has earned a number of fellowships from prominent organizations, including our very own International College of Dentists, the American College of Dentists, and the Pierre Fauchard Academy. In addition to the ADA, Dr. Gehani is a member of the American Association of Endodontists, the AAE, and the Indian Dental Association in the USA. Dr. Gehani has received several awards, including the Ellis Island Medal of Honor, which is a really great honor, and that recognizes Americans who dedicate their entire lives to community service, from the Ellis Island Honor Society. The Emil Lechner Distinguished Service Award from the Queens County Dental Society in 2013, the Distinguished Service Award from the Pierre Fauchard Academy, New York section in 2008, the New York State Dental Foundation Award of Excellence in Community Service in 2006, the International College of Dentists Award for International Dental Service in 2000, and the Best Teacher Award, the International College of Dentists India section in 1990. Dr. Gehani graduated from the Columbia University College of Dental Medicine and practices in Queens, New York. And on a personal note, Dr. Gehani is one of the reasons that I became a dentist and actually completed his endodontics residency with my father all those years ago. So thank you so much for being right there with me from the start, Dr. Gehani.
And I'm honored to join you.
Thank you. Along with us this evening, we have our ICD USA section president, Dr. James Setterberg. Dr. Setterberg earned his doctorate from the University of Michigan in 1981. He completed his general practice residency in Minneapolis at the VA Medical Center and taught restorative dentistry at the University of Minnesota Dental School. Dr. Setterberg is currently the president of the International College of Dentists USA section and has served the ICD as the Colorado Deputy Regent from 2006 until 2013, was regent from 2014 until 2017, and vice president in 2018. He is the past president of the Colorado Dental Association, the Western Colorado Dental Society, is on the admissions committee for the University of Colorado School of Dental Medicine, an honorary alumnus of the University of Colorado School of Dental Medicine, and past president of the Glenwood Springs Kiwanis Club. He was a past member of the ADA Council on Dental Benefits, which I get to represent the new dentists on for the upcoming year, lectured nationally for ADA CDBP on code, chaired the CDT Commission for the ADA, was one of the 2 general dentists for ADA CERP, and chaired the reference committees for ADA at their annual session. He is a prior operative dentistry instructor at the University of Minnesota Dental School. Dr. Setterberg held a prior clinical staff position in the emergency and surgery departments at Valley View Hospital in Glenwood Springs. He has been an avid skier for nearly 50 years, is a past National Ski Patrol member of 18 years, and was the director for 4 years teaching avalanche and mountaineering. He has been actively involved with the community of Glenwood Springs for 38 years and is devoted to his patients' total health and well-being, not just dental health. Many of Dr. Setterberg's patients he has been seeing since their first childhood dental visit. Dr. Setterberg and his wife, Sherry, are co-site chairs for the 13th Colorado Mission of Mercy that was held last October in Glenwood Springs that I had the privilege of attending. Sherry is a hygienist, rock star triathlete coach, and cancer survivor. They have 3 adult children and 1 granddog. Welcome, Dr. Setterberg.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I was happy to have you here in Glenwood. That was 1 year ago last weekend.
Yep.
I finally saw the numbers. I think we provided $1.5 million worth of donated dental care in 2 days and saw nearly 1,500 patients. So thank you for being part of that.
Thank you for having me. That was really, really a great weekend, and what a great project, and what a great service to everyone in your area. So thank you. I want to let everyone know that's watching, and I know that there's probably a lot of us, that this is live right now on our International College of Dentists USA section Facebook page. So tell us that you're watching us, say hello, and leave a comment in the box below. We will try to get to everything that we read. We might not be able to because we've got two amazing guests and of course, Dr. Gehani with us, but we do see what you read and we will direct questions to the appropriate agency as we can and time permitting. So thank you everyone for being on with us. And here we go. Dr. Setterberg, you wanna get started?
Yeah, Dr. Gehani, I'm so glad that we got to have a few interactions face-to-face with one another before we had to go into hiding with COVID. So I so enjoyed the beginning of our presidential years with one another. But being from New York City, how has the pandemic affected you personally? And, you know, you were one of the first to get shut down and last to open up. And I know it's been a challenge, but what can you share with us about that?
Let's talk about something that happened to us personally. My practice is located in Jackson Heights, Queens, which is few blocks away from Elmhurst Hospital. You all perhaps have heard about Elmhurst Hospital during the pandemic. The Elmhurst Hospital was known as the epicenter of the epicenter for the crisis of COVID-19. It had profound impact on my neighborhood. It was very difficult personally for me and my wife Rekha to hear about our community in Queens. It was very difficult to hear about our friends, our neighbors who had fallen ill, and some of them passed away. We did not even get a chance to grieve with their families. We couldn't go to church to say goodbye. We couldn't even go to the church or temple to say prayers for them. We couldn't offer any emotional support to our community in Queens. So that has really hurt me very hard in my heart that I cannot even, the words will not be enough for me to explain how it has personally affected me. The initial crisis in New York has now subsided, but we are still living with challenges of the pandemic on an everyday basis. I've seen my community and my city, the New York City, as well as my neighborhood, Queens, come together to help each other, even though we are going through tough times. We have seen what good citizenship looks like. I've seen people being very empathetic to each other. These are the qualities that will guide us on our path going forward. Support, unity, and empathy for everybody. I closed my practice for several months, starting in the middle of March, and we were not able to go to our practices till first week of June. And thankfully, with the guidance and the tools from the American Dental Association, we are up and running again very safely. Our patients are very comfortable coming back to our office. They have 100% faith in the dental practice. The dental health is an essential healthcare, and I am proud to be able to provide our patients who are members of my community with the care they need to maintain their oral health and overall health. You know, I'm so glad that the ADA has been there for all of us to guide and support us. So it has been a wonderful journey, although part of it has been pretty rough on me personally.
Got it. Tell us a little bit about how the pandemic has affected you in your position as president with the American Dental Association.
I think all of us know that when I began my year in September of 2019, I had great aspirations, I had dreams, and I had made some promises to our members of the American Dental Association and to the delegates who hired me to serve them as their servant leader. The ADA was getting ready to start its new strategic plan, which is called Common Ground 2025. And we were moving ahead on many key points on our strategic plan. I mentioned to you that I had promised our members about some changes, and that's why I was hired. You all remember I used to flag my cell phone, and I used to tell you that I have a dream that one day our ADA will be at the fingertips of every single dentist. I meant digital member experience. That was my promise. And of course, we started working on and investing our time, energy, and money on digital member experience, and it's going full speed forward. We also have been working on elder care task force. We do not forget our elders who need the dentist at the time when they retire and when they get a little older. As I'm speaking to you right now, my elder care task force, chaired by Dr. Cesar Sabates, is meeting at the present time with our task force members, and they have done a remarkable job. So our service to the community has not stopped. We have actually been very active in legislation. And you all know what I mean by being very active in the legislation. We worked on the PPP, PPE, ideal loans and ideal grants. We also were very successful in getting a legislation passed 2 weeks ago by the United States Congress. Not by the Senate yet, but the Congress had passed the legislation to repeal McCarran-Ferguson Act, which gives unfair advantage to many insurance companies and puts our patients, gives our patients some challenge. And last but not the least, my objective and my goal was to give an alternate type of examination where the patients are not subject to patient testing during the licensure part. And we came out with DL-OSCE. The full form is Dental License Objective Structured Clinical Examination. We were originally expected to launch that DL-OSCE next year, but I had to push everybody, and we were successful in launching DL-OSCE this year, thanks to the ADA staff who really worked hard to make this happen. And not only that, I also want to thank 6 different states. They were able to change the legislation in their respective legislators so that the DL-OSCE is now accepted as an alternate way of licensing for the initial licensure. That means the new graduates by just passing the DL-OSCE where there are no patient involvement. These were always my top priorities and promises to the membership, and I have succeeded in getting them done in spite of having some challenges during the pandemic time. I have always considered myself as a servant leader. Service to the American Dental Association and its members and our profession has always been my utmost priority. So when the pandemic emerged, our focus somehow got shifting. I took the responsibility to serve and lead through it. And it has been rough time for our profession. It has been personally rough time for me. I had many difficult decisions to make, and I had many sleepless nights. At one time, I was sleeping only 3 hours a day, 3 hours a night from midnight till 3 a.m. But you know what? This was all worth it. So many people were looking to the American Dental Association for guidance and support. And I am proud that the American Dental Association has succeeded in providing the guidance, not only to the dentists practicing in United States, but we have been the leaders globally. The entire global dental community has looked at us during this pandemic time for the guidance and support. And we are only number 2 as far as the patients looking for any information. Number 1 is Center for Disease Control. Number 2 is the American Dental Association. And I'm proud to be the president of that great organization.
Wonderful. Dr. Gehani, it's so grateful we could meet virtually. And as I said, I so enjoyed our company when we could spend time together face to face with one another. They might call us the king of Zooms, and I'm sure you've had far more Zoom conferences this year than I have. But how has this impacted the staff and the leadership, you know, the board and whatever, to actually facilitate the meetings that, and with the forthcoming ADA meeting that was supposed to be in Orlando, I would have enjoyed celebrating with you for a very special occasion for the ICD as well, and both our presidencies. But how would you like to comment on that?
Let me talk about our staff first. Our staff is second to none. They are the best in the world. They are only interested in serving our profession. And with the knowledge point of view, they are number 1 that I can ever think of and ask them for any assistance in making any decisions. As far as my board is concerned, usually my board would have been expected to meet only 5 times during my presidential year. Guess how many times the board met during my presidential year? Not 5, not 10, not 20, but 22 times. The board has been there for all of us whenever I have called upon my board to get together to guide our profession together. As I have always said, this is a novel disease, and a novel disease demands a novel way of getting things done. Our annual meeting is no exception, and the ADA leadership and staff have been working very hard to create an innovative virtual meeting for the entire dental community. Our ADA FTC Virtual Connect conference by the Florida Dental Association and the ADA combined together will be a flexible and very interactive experience and a one-stop shop for CE and harnessing the power of our connection. We are grateful to be living in a time when technology enables us to mimic an in-person experience. Of course, I miss hugging you, shaking hands with you, breaking bread with you, but at the same time, you know, next to being together is our virtual Zoom meetings that have been great. Even with the virtual exhibit hall, like workshops and opportunities to earn continuing education credits. Attendees will be able to connect directly with the speakers and presenters, engage in wellness activities, and mingle with colleagues. This has been a challenging year, and our intent is to help meeting our attendees stay connected to their colleagues and profession. We have created an event that reflects a phrase that I think emphasizes that the distance does not have to mean a disconnection.
Thank you.
Dr. Gehani, I know that there's a lot of negatives, but we've definitely touched on a lot of the positives as well. So what do you think specifically the positive takeaways have been from this year and from your time this year as president of the American Dental Association?
Let me put it this way. I am thankful to God for granting me to serve our profession when our ADA needed a very strong leader. It has been a privilege and an honor for me to serve the ADA at the time when the profession needed the ADA the most. And you said that your dad knows me for many years. Your dad will tell you that Chad Gahani is known to make lemonades from lemons. Chad Gahani is known to turn the challenges into opportunities. And that has been the case here. Of course, we had challenges, but we need to change those challenges into opportunities. I believe that tough times have a way of showing us what we are made of. I have had front row seat to the kindness, generosity, strength, and resilience of the dental profession. And I have seen it firsthand myself, and I have experienced it. The dental community is united, and the dental community stood firm for our patients and our profession. I know for sure that now and in future, the dental profession has what it takes to withstand any bad time, and we will stay together. And you know what? As we move forward, we will be learning, and we have learned how to treat our patients better, safer, and more effectively. So there are a lot of good things that will come out from something that we consider is negative now, but I would say that this negative now will teach us many positive things so that our profession will emerge much more stronger. And I strongly believe in that.
Got it. Thank you for that. Speaking from kind of where I stand in dentistry and my career going forward, I know that you have been really a mentor and father figure to so many of us generations of dentists that came after all of you. So from all of us, we thank you so much for paving the road that we get the privilege to walk on. You and Dr. Setterberg and everyone else have done so much for us. And as a little thank you, here's a slide we put together for you of some happier moments. From Hawaii, from meetings, I see Greater New York. I see the ADA Dentist and Student Lobby Day. I see Rekha Auntie, Dr. Rekha Gahani, your wife is there. And there's us from the ICD dinner last year in San Francisco when we could actually all be together and take pictures together. So again, thank you from all of us for doing this and for being here. Dr. Gehani, any last words for everyone watching?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to connect with my colleagues. And I will be, in 2 more weeks, they will call me a has-been president of the American Dental Association. I will be turning over the presidency of the ADA to Dr. Dan Clementson, who is an oral and maxillofacial surgeon and a physician and a very hardworking, smart man. So be assured that our profession and our association is in smart and safer hands. and I'm looking forward to work under the guidance of Dr. Dan Clementson.
Thank you so much. And for anyone that might want to get in touch with you directly, is there an email address or some way that they can contact you?
Absolutely. They can email me at cgehani@gmail.com.
Perfect. And we will make sure we put that in the comment section on Facebook for anyone that's watching this, because we do have a lot of international viewers that will watch this later. Dr. Setterberg, any other comments?
Well, Chad, I would just like to compliment you for the exceptional job that you've done as the captain of our ship in our troubled waters with email, the ADA news. It was daily through such turbid times. With a pandemic and so many offices closed, what you've done legislatively, what you've done for all our members, and for those who join us on Facebook that aren't members of the ADA, understand they fight for us every single day. If you are not a member, you need to be. It is far more than whatever check you're going to write and what they're going to do for our professions. And I just want to compliment you and congratulate you on a fabulous year as ADA president. And I look up to you as a colleague and a peer. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you again. And for everyone, remember the power of the tripartite. Remember your professional associations. Remember that we are your voice and we are here for you. And that is why securing the future of our profession is so important. And it's made possible by great mentors and leaders like the both of you, Drs. Gehani and Setterberg. Thank you again so much. So we have another exciting program this week. We have a live 45 on Wednesday, October 7th at 8 o'clock Eastern, which is our normal programming. And that is going to feature Dr. Terry Dickinson, who is the former executive director of the Virginia Dental Association. We're visiting some of our friends and colleagues down south. And he is the founder and CEO of Emerging Leaders and the 2016 of the ICD Distinguished Humanitarian Award. So that is this Wednesday in 2 days, October 7th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then our next Take 10 is going to be on October 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be checking in with Dr. Dave Freed, who is the past president of the Connecticut State Dental Association. And I'm going to find out how the pandemic is affecting dentistry in his area and how our friends in Connecticut have been doing. So again, that is October 21st at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will, of course, continue to post updates to remind everyone to check in for that. As always, remember to look for future dates and guests in our upcoming key mails. We also post everything on our website under the events tab at the top. And of course, here on our Facebook page, you do not need to have a Facebook account in order to watch these videos live or archived. There is other ways to do it. You can click through the prompts on Facebook. You can also go onto our ICD website and watch them there. They're all there. And as always, I want to thank everyone for joining me this evening. It was amazing having our American Dental Association president on with us. And Dr. Gehani is extremely accessible. So for any of you that have any other questions that you didn't think of when we were live, Gehani, Gehani @gmail.com. He has always been and will always be really accessible and really did exemplify what a servant leader was and is such a great mentor and friend to all of us. So thank you again and have a good evening.